Three women, wives, mothers, and entrepreneurs with mouths and minds so dirty they don't want the parents in the carpool line to know their real identities. This is Kinks Out. Our names may be made up, but the stories are real.
Welcome to another episode of Kinks Out. All three of us are here tonight. It's a rare occasion over the summer that the three of us all get to do this together, so I'm very excited. We recently decided to do a group read, and all three of us read the book, the whole thing, all 68 pages that it was.
Yes.
I think
62.
something like that. 62, thank you. So the three of us read Pounded by Poseidon by Thea Mason. And before we start talking about it, we want to make it very clear to our listeners that we are not here to yuck anybody's yum. If tentacles and sand, why are you telling me?
There's two authors. There's two authors.
Oh, Jeej would
Sorry,
like to
hold on.
add that there's another author.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Holly Wilde.
Holly Wilde. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
So yes,
Just
so
wanted to
Thea
put that
Mason
out.
and Holly Wilde. Pounded by Poseidon was our group read. And yeah, we didn't particularly find this book to be one that we're like, shit, we need a sequel. But at the same time, I was like entertained by this book. It didn't do anything for me like other smut books do sometimes.
It didn't do anything. What is anything?
I mean, I didn't want to like have a romp on the beach after it, or like, you know, how you sometimes read some books and you're like, maybe I want to watch hockey. This book didn't make me want to like.
Can we air quote that? Watch hockey.
Watch hockey. I just, I wasn't in a big rush to build a sandcastle after reading this book. And by build a sandcastle, I mean have sex with an octopus. I don't know. There's a lot happening.
So much.
My loins did get a little hot reading this. I'm not gonna lie.
Which part?
Of course they would.
I think when he said he would get one of those tentacles like all the way up through like to her head. I think that's what he did.
Gotta get all up in them guts, as Mars would say.
That's exactly what I thought of while reading this. And actually, the visual in my head was creepy because in my mind, it was like a skeleton human.
What?
No. Like in my head, how I'm picturing it is like the girl, like you could almost like see it in her body. I don't know.
Oh my.
I don't know. I wouldn't.
Okay.
It was, so I guess I should start by, yes, it was. The book starts by like a grain of sand, right? Like there was
in the beginning, yeah, I was just like, I think I texted you, Mars, and was like, wait, is he sand?
He was sand. He started it as a grain of sand, right? Is that how you read it, Shug?
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't get over the fact that like the beginning started with like her dad peeing on sandcastles or something, defacing sandcastles. So I couldn't get over that part.
But then but before like you get to the part where her dad's pissing on sandcastles, which like was just, they were having a sandcastle competition in what he was pissed that he didn't win. So he's like, well, then I'm just going to piss on your sandcastle. I guess is basically what happened. But like none of that part was actually relevant to the story. Like,
not at all.
She just added that in as a fun anecdote, which I mean, I was here for.
I have to, whenever she's talking about the person that like, kicked her dad out of the sandcastle thing or whatever after he peed on things, one of the things that I highlighted was when she's talking about the guy that she hates. She says his voice is as listless as a slow rising tide, and it grates on my nerves like sand stuck in my butt crack.
Yes. There was a lot of like comparisons, like almost like beach puns. There was a lot of beach puns.
But then she did get sand stuck in her ass, and she didn't seem to mind it then.
Oh, she has sand everywhere.
So listen, when I visualize, okay, so what? There's like a storm rolls in, and then like her sandcastle that's supposed to be Poseidon comes to life. Yeah.
But he's made from the grain of sand. He's been watching her for a year, I guess. And he just
how is he not like washed away? Like
he decided to stay. If you read the beginning, did you read the book? In the beginning of the book, he washes onto the shore and he's like, this is the spot. And he sees her. So he stays. He gets his little tiny sand body in the right spot so he doesn't move.
Wait, he was a grain of sand in the beginning? I thought he was an octopus in the beginning. I thought he was an actual octopus in the beginning. Oh my goodness.
Gee willikers.
This could not go better.
It's really shaping
now
up.
I need to
reread
it.
Whenever the grain of sand Poseidon, which whenever like I think of him as the grain of sand, do you remember in The Little Mermaid whenever King Triton or whatever whenever Ursula curses him and he's like, Papa's an emaciated shrimp. That's
that's where you go. No, listen. Funny that you bring that up because my mind, when I was thinking of this Poseidon, and like a trident, you know what I mean? Like I imagined King Triton. Like I was like, all right, Same. Daddy. Like I was like, okay.
That's how I
was okay with that.
I saw Ariel's dad from the top up, but like Ursula from the bottom.
Yes. That is somebody needs to draw this. Mars, not you. I do not want your illustration.
I'm offended. I also couldn't stop singing I'm on a Boat by the Lost Lonely Boys. It's the Andy Samberg band. He's like, I'm on a boat. And then at one point in the background, he's just like, Poseidon.
So that's where I feel like you enjoyed this more than you let on.
Oh, I didn't dislike it by any means.
I know.
It didn't turn me on.
It was thoroughly entertaining. I was
entertained by this book. No, that's just it. I've started to read books, even short books, and been like, this, I don't want to read this. I read it in one sitting. I did too. I did it all at once. I was like, I gotta find out what happens.
I ruined it for myself because Poseidon, his voice in my brain was Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob SquarePants.
No.
So every time he would say like, let me pummel you. How does Mr. Krabs talk? In my brain, I could not get it out.
So the sexy factor went way down.
Way down.
Sounding like Mr. Krabs having the top half of King Triton and the bottom half of Ursula is how this character is shaping up. I mean, who wouldn't want that tentacle all up in them?
Who wouldn't? See, also, I still every time I'm gonna bring it back to freaking Davy Jones. You guys gave me shit.
But then,
what does Davy Jones sound like? What does he sound like?
I feel like he's a lot more manly. He's not like the guy from, what is it, the Monkees? He's not the Monkees guy. Wait, don't they sing that song? It's like, cheer up, sleepy Jean. Is that them?
Yeah. I don't know. Sure.
Who sings the song? Never mind.
What? She can't even keep it in. What song?
Oh my god.
Oh my.
She's gonna
This
pee
is-
her pants.
This is escalated.
No, but like, it has nothing to do with this, so you're gonna have to edit it out. But now I need to know. It's the like they're like, hey, it's the monkeys. Is that the monkeys? You know that song?
I don't
I would
know.
hope so. It'd be really
never
weird
gonna
if
know.
it was the Beatles singing it.
It also might be a kid's song because I think the next line is like, it's time
the
to monkey
monkey.
around.
It's the monkey. Oh
Shook
my
says
gosh.
that so matter-of-factly. Okay,
Well,
I have so many
that's
things
from
to
my
say.
time. It's from my time zone. from my
Wait.
life.
I have so many things highlighted, but the one
me
that just
too.
like jumped out at me that made me not feel good while reading it was sandpaper godhood.
What?
What? If that's all I highlighted for some people. Or for some people, for some reason, it says sandpaper godhood. I don't remember what it was referencing. Let me see if I can get to it. Oh yeah,
Hood?
God.
God?
Oh, here it is.
Hood?
As much as I want to obey, my mouth clamps. Oh, my mouth clamps shut to protect my tongue from being filed down by his sandpaper godhood.
Oh.
That doesn't sound fun.
No. But I feel like we need to continue painting this picture of him because the one thing that I had highlighted was
Cockticle?
the fact, beside the cockticle, she had said the fact that my line of sight is perfectly aligned with the space where his V-shaped abs lead to his girthy tentacles. So the tentacles are girthy.
And he's ripped.
But he's half Ursula, half King Trident, and he sounds like a SpongeBob character.
Poseidon.
And he carries a fork, whatever that is.
A thingamabob.
Like a pitchfork.
I've got 20.
And he uses the pitchfork.
Yeah,
doesn't he?
The middle of the pitchfork.
The middle of
well, he is pitchforking her.
Ooh, how about when he calls our butthole a dark port? My cockticle's still inside her cunt. I breach her dark port with one finger. There's just so many like boat and beach and like.
Listen, I know your panties are wetter than the rain pounding down around us, Isla. I'm the king of all things water, and you're hiding an ocean between those thighs.
Yep.
So many. There's no doubt in my mind that I want the king of the sea to be the king of my pee.
I read this and made a face the entire time. Like I just made.
Your loins liked it.
There were parts that I was like, oh, that's a little hot, but like as a whole, it was very unnerving.
Well,
yes.
When he said, I'm going to reach all the way into your womb and fill you with my seed until your belly is round with my child. Yeah, that didn't do it for you?
You didn't like that?
No, that's not.
Oh,
my
no,
kink.
no.
And the fact that he tasted like saltwater taffy?
That killed me. I was dead on the ground over the saltwater taffy reference.
There's one chapter where there's just words. I have aching, swelling reservoir, deity daddy.
Oh, yeah.
Thrusting into my sea cave, and his cockticle swirls inside me. Like, what?
I know. That's what there was just so many.
Her juicy clam floods around me.
Right? Like
Done.
all of the, yeah. His eyes shine like sea glass as he leans down to whisper in my ear. Do you want me to give you a necklace of your own, Isla?
Ooh.
Oh yeah, you
Ooh.
texted about that. You were like, is he
Yeah,
just like coming out a pearl necklace?
Yeah,
Yeah,
did he
like,
give
right?
her? I think he gave her a literal pearl necklace, though,
No,
right?
like, yeah, like,
Because
was
it
it
was
out
like
of his
on
dick?
her.
Was it out of his dicticle? Like, did
He's got dick
that?
pearls.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
is
what do
that
you
what it was?
Can you imagine if somebody just like started jizzing a string of pearls?
I mean,
Surprise, surprise.
what are you gonna think when you go to the symphony now and see all the old ladies with pearl necklaces around their neck? They've all had a date
they
with
must have a
Poseidon.
deity daddy.
They lived a life when they were younger and went to the beach.
Summer
Yeah.
loving had me a blast.
Wow. We are songbirds this evening. I
I'm
just
sure you two enjoyed this part though when he says his voice thunder, shut the fuck up and take this dick like a good
Yeah.
girl. You both were
Oh
like
yeah.
preening.
that part. I was like, yes,
I was like,
deity
make
daddy.
well, fine.
Also, though, in the beginning,
Oh yes.
yeah,
I know what you're gonna say.
in the beginning, he assumes, he being the grain of sand, assumes that whenever she's like stomping around on the beach all pissed off because her dad pissed on a sandcastle, he thinks that her like daddy being like a not an actual dad.
Like, not her father.
The grain of sand thinks that like her sugar daddy or something did her wrong. So he's like, I will be her daddy. I will be the daddy. But in actuality, it was her actual dad who pissed on a sandcastle.
I thought that was
Because I was reading it too. I didn't, when as I'm reading it, I didn't realize that like it it was in it's a, I can't the words. The words aren't there for how this book set things up. I also assumed in the beginning that like she had some sort of daddy situation and
Yeah.
because she's like he couldn't keep it in his pants. But it was because he was peeing on
Right?
sandcastles.
Oh boy.
Pimp just walked in. He didn't read this book, so he's confused.
I'm sure Pimp would have a lot of questions.
He said, "Leave me out of this."
He's like, this I did not sign up for.
He's like, "I just want a snack."
Oh my god.
He might like this book. Pimp actually downloaded a book the other day that he was reading the reviews for it, and it got 4 chili peppers.
What book?
Well, but it was like it probably wasn't actually that spicy. I don't know. I'll have to report back on it. I forget where we even were because oh wait, here's one. With that dexterous extremity, he paints a line all the way around my neck. And when I look down, I'm wearing a choker of the most beautiful glistening pearls I've ever seen. They're connected by something sticky and warm that drips down my skin. So yeah.
Yep. Nope. Yeah. He came pearls. That was
He
exactly.
came pearls.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Can you
Did he
find
have
one that
know? No, did you
Did
know
you
that
know what?
grains of sand were this powerful? Like when you walk on the beach, are you just gonna be like, "Oh, daddy," from here on out?
I am sure not.
I'm so sad that you just came back from the beach because this would have like
I
elevated
know.
your trip to a whole new level.
I
Who's
can
down
only
there?
imagine
Who's watching?
Hello, Sandy.
Who's must grain of sand daddy?
Which grain of sand has been here the longest?
Oh, you want the old one.
Do you want me to pillage your cove and bury my treasure in your depths, little island?
Like what? The thing is she's like, I don't know about this, and then she's like, sure.
Actually, sounds good.
Yes.
She's like, you know what? I was just crying on the beach anyway. Might as well.
She's like, I'm so mad at my daddy. I'm going to let this octopus fuck me.
But doesn't the sand turn into glass too? Like, I was so confused because then she was like being fucked by glass as well.
That was the part that confused you.
Yeah, wait.
I mean, that was one of the parts. Didn't it say it turned?
Well, it like, yeah, because it got struck by lightning. Because her, like,
Of course.
because her, like, necklace or something, not the pearl necklace, her actual necklace that she wears or that she was wearing in real life, she took off.
I mean, it was all real life.
Also, how was this all happening and nobody noticed?
Like, I know. Remember, he was blocking the way. There were beachgoers, and he was blocking the way with his girthy body. Remember, he was taking her on the beach.
No one was like, "Hey, that sandcastle's moving."
Like, that is a live sandcastle.
That big mound of sand. There was a part.
No, there was a part. You're right, because the guy who, like, who, you know, didn't
Billy,
whatever the Billy, I forget what his name was. Yeah,
I don't know why I remember that.
He came over at one point, and I'm pretty sure Poseidon talked to him.
Yeah, didn't he scare him?
He scared him away, and that guy just accepted it too. He was just like, all right, I guess this is life now. We have this is just how it is.
We have a girthy Poseidon on our shore.
I also, so I don't want to like jump ahead to the end, but I have a lot of questions about the epilogue, because in the epilogue, is he just like living in a house with her and their kids?
Spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry.
He planted that seed in her womb.
But isn't that like how it read? Was that like it was like a couple years later?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And I wondered. I was like, where do they live?
Do they have like a houseboat?
They were drinking lemonade. Aren't you worried about that? Like the sand sticking together with the sugary lemonade? Like, how does that work?
Too much water.
I need more answers actually about that part, because in my mind now, he's still King Triton from the top, Triton from the top up, but now he has legs, but like his tentacles come out around it, almost like a tentacle tutu situation.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Because like how else? But is he still made of sand, or is he a man now? Is he a man tentacle?
Merctaman?
Oh, Merctaman. Like that's just what that's what I didn't understand. Was like I could really see it all happening when he was just part of the beach.
I wonder if we're supposed to be thinking this deeply about it.
No, I'm sure not, but that's what we're gonna do.
Be who we are.
I want them to draw a picture. I want them to draw a picture of them in their little house. And I want to see what their children look like. Are they half octopus? Are they sand?
Are they made of sand?
Ooh, what if like
are they
just hourglasses? Like just she has a bunch of hourglasses on the counter. Is that what it is?
She's like, time to flip
children.
Time to flip Junior.
Junior. Poseidon Jr.
They make
they probably call him like.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the things I questioned, among other things. But I do think that the epilogue confused me, because it's like it almost made it seem as though they had this like very normal life, but he was, I mean, a sandman.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a treat.
Bring me a dream.
Well, he brought a treat this time.
He brought her treats in the form of pearls.
Oh my
through
gosh.
his wiener.
Can you imagine? And also, do you think they came out like almost like a BB gun, like hitting her?
Yeah, like I imagine, like in my mind, I just got like a mega visual. I feel like I should not have closed my eyes to think of that. But I want you all to take a moment and close your eyes and try to visualize this happening.
I don't know if I can. I can. I can. I don't know who I'm
Just do
telling I
it.
can. The
Just
image and
imagine it
just
being shot onto your
imagine.
neck.
Just imagine.
Who are we tonight? Are we auditioning for American Idol?
I think we're all delusional. Or not delirious. That's the
We're
word. Or
delirious.
both. Both. I don't know.
So the author, it's what is it? It's Thea Mason.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to look at some of her books because I believe that when we interviewed Eliana Lee, she talked about her friend Thea. She said that wrote the book Stiff.
About
And
the
remember
rape?
when she was the rape?
Oh, she did. She did.
Full
I can
disclosure,
see the
Tana.
other books that Thea wrote.
Full disclosure. When we did that episode, Eliana said a rake. Sugar and I both 110% thought she meant an actual rake.
Yes.
Like you use in the fall on your leaves. We
Oh my
did
God.
not realize that a rake is another word for what, like a hot guy?
No, like somebody who like a womanizer.
Okay, so yeah, we didn't know that. So our
That
I
makes
was
sense.
way more
reaction,
into it as a garden object. I would have read it 1,000%.
we assumed she's like, and he's a rake, and like we're like, and we were the way that she described it, we're like, wow, a rake.
Oh my God.
Like, this is the shit that we like read that we're like, that sounds something like normal. To read a book about a rake turning into a man. I read The Door. That was in my Door phase where I had just read that book. So for me, a rake turning into a man seemed totally reasonable.
Exactly.
Oh,
So yeah, that one
Oh
is
my gosh.
I
what?
want to read that one now.
The other author, Holly Wilde, I can see her list of books that she's written. One of them keeps showing up in my you should read, and it's called
Yes.
What is it?
Airplane. An airplane shaped like a penis. I don't know anything else about it. It says learn
my
about
God.
where. Yeah,
She's the author of The Deviled Egg Made Me Do It.
she is. and SPF me and laid by the lint trap monster, which I'm gonna start tonight. Like, absolutely.
I
Oh
want to
my
have these
gosh.
ladies on here because I just want to pick their brain. I just want to hear their process. I really
Same.
do.
Same, because I could never I don't care how much time I had to write a book. First of all, to write a book is a huge accomplishment, no matter what it is. To have a book that's like been out there that people are reading is a major accomplishment. I probably couldn't even write a chapter of a book, whether it be the most normal man meets woman, they fall in love book, or woman meets Octoman and they do it, or woman meets door, or woman meets lint trap deviled eggs. I could never come up with that shit. So like, hats off to them. That's
Seriously.
like, well done.
Okay.
I couldn't write it.
She wrote Captured by the Cyclops. Whoa. This one says cupped, double shot extra, 2 big cups, thirst quenching spice, microplastic free, Eiffel Tower, and bendy straw peens.
That's a lot of words.
There's so much happening.
Who read all of those? I mean, who wrote all of those?
The Holly Wilde.
We should read just one of her books for sure.
I mean,
Or we should
Airpeen
read a different one and then have it do and talk about it.
says voyeurism, orgasm denial, sentient airplane seats, why choose, oxygen mask bondage, and dryer sheet scented.
I do love a why choose.
Oh, my heavens, caked. Another one of hers. Wax play, sentient cake man, birthday candle peen, feet fucking, wham.
Wham what?
It just says a wham fetish play. I don't know what that is. W-A-M.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Somebody look it up.
I thought you were going to say like wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Like, do they mean like, oh, wet and messy? No. Yeah.
What was it?
Well,
Wham what?
Here we go. Wham. Wham means wet and messy.
Wham. Oh, yeah. All right.
There's also
Here I
one
am.
Or weighted average maturity is what came up for me.
Well, it looks like you need to Google more things like me.
I can't believe that a normal. Oh, but if it's wet and messy, that was next. It's fine.
What were you going to say,
There
Shug?
is
Also known as
steel
splashing.
stirrups. Ew, splashing. Gross.
Splash.
I do not like that word.
Not at all.
All right, what
She
did
has
you say,
one called
Shug?
Steel Stirrups, my robo-gyno romance.
No, thank you.
And when she has an extraordinary connection with an AI cyborg, but did it have to happen at her annual gyno exam?
So, all right. I've
have-
already got questions.
Guys,
Like, was the gynecologist, is he the robot, or did the
Yeah.
stirrups
that's what it looks like.
turn into
I hope it's the
a
stirrups.
robot? And the stirrups were like,
I mean,
cronk,
that
cronk,
is-
cronk, cronk, and just like climbed into her badge. Can you imagine, the speculum? If
That became alive.
the speculum
Sorry, I'm
was
so
alive,
cold.
and it was like click, click, click.
Oh my god. We all sound like we did mushrooms before we came onto this podcast tonight. My goodness.
It's a speculum.
I'm never going to be able to have a vaginal exam the same. I'm actually going
All
to
of
be
a sudden-
scared.
You're just like laying there and you hear it. Like it's still laying on the, the metal table, and click, click, click. And then it just like hops up, clangs its way over.
Is it
I dare
already
you, the
lubed
ne-
up?
Is it lubed up yet? No, it grabs it on the way. It's like, it chomps it first. It clicks some more, grabs it.
Oh my god. I dare one of you the next time at your gyno exam, when they pull out the speculum, to just go, well, hello there.
Whose benefit?
Just for your own.
Your gynecologist is going to be like, we also need to do a mental check.
We're also
We
going to
need
call some of
psych
our
here.
other friends in here.
And then they bring in
Yeah.
the straitjacket.
I am unwell. I'm unwell. I want to
The
read
covers-
more of these books, though.
Yeah, the covers of Holly Wilde's books are something.
I'm gonna look. I feel like
Yeah.
these kinds of books, though, are like the perfect okay, I just finished, say you just finished like a whole series of something or a book and you're like, I need to read something just like totally different, totally off the wall, whatever. And you do it in one night and then you can start
Yeah.
again. It's not like you have to commit
Feels
to
good.
these. Yeah, you just read something silly and then you move on.
I'm sure that when they made these books, they know that they're silly as well.
Banging My Birthday Bear?
Yeah, and Laid by the Lint Trap Monster, like, there's no way that you're like, this is very serious.
Taken by My TBR. I honestly feel that one in my soul. Does that mean to be read or something else? What does that mean?
Well, let's click on it and take a look-see. Tossing and turning doesn't just apply to a restless night in bed. It also is what happens when you can't find a book to quench your mood, reader thirst. Turning pages and tossing books into the growing TBR stack is how Paige spends her night. Unfortunately for her, giving up on her night of reading isn't an option. When her stack of books comes to life, they make their intention clear. Tonight is the night the TBR gets its finish. The only question is, will the happy ending lead to a happily ever after?
It really is about her TBR. I wasn't sure if maybe that stood for something else, and I just did. I'm going to read that one. I'm going to borrow that. You know how when you click on something and then it like tells you more? Light me up. An MM Lamp romance. It's by Sabrina Cross.
Oh my.
And it's MM. I love an MM book, and this one is about a rake.
A real one? Your phone was listening to you.
It's just like a rake, an erotic paranormal gardening romance.
Get ready for the fall. Put that on your TBR for the fall.
Oh
Taylor is
God.
a girl who needs to get her leaves in the bin before trash pickup. Connor is a rake in every sense of the world. Kyle's there too. Oh goodness.
She has 2 rakes.
I've got you all beat.
Yes.
Oh God, what?
Holly Wilde, Getting in the Knickers of the Nose Man.
What?
A second chance romance between a sentient, is that a word? How you say it? Sentient nose and the face he belongs to.
Wait, what?
I am unwell.
Seeing his nose on his doorstep is the last thing Dave expected, but 25 years since Dave's nose disappeared during a tragic game of Got Your Nose, it's back.
Stop it.
Stop
it right now.
May have added gray hair to Dave, but they've also added eyes, lips, arms, legs, and a little something more to nose.
So wait, the guy lost his nose? Does he just walk around like Lord Voldemort?
Yeah, he was playing Got Your Nose and the nose ran away.
Sure, read that one.
It's only 18 pages.
Read it to me now.
Okay, let me.
I need a tissue.
Let me read this. There has to be a backstory, right?
Oh my God, this is who we are.
I just wish you'd be more open to it. That's all, honey. I know, Mom, but like I tell you every year, I don't do birthdays anymore. Year after year, it's the same exact conversation, and every time it ends the same way. I get frustrated, hang up, and deal with the repercussions for days to come. Determined not to let history repeat itself once again, I start to interrupt her when a knock at the door catches my attention. Mom, I gotta go. Someone's at the door. I don't wait for her to answer. Instead, I take the phone away from my ear and press the end call button. Guess nothing's changed after all. I wish I could celebrate my birthday with people like everyone else does, but I just can't. Nor do I think I'll ever be able to again, all because of Mikey. That son of a bitch ruined my birthday party 25 years ago, and ever since it's been a dark day for me. I got your nose, Dave, he playfully said as he took his fingers away from my face. I know it's a silly game that everyone's played at least once in their life, but the thing is, that motherfucker actually took mine.
Okay. Oh.
My gosh.
Doug, you have to finish reading that and report back. So wait,
Yeah.
so do you think the nose fucks him? I don't understand.
I think so. I think the
Does
nose
he
comes
fuck
back
the
with an
nose?
extra. Oh
Is
my
it
god.
nostril sex?
Does he fuck the hole in his face? Like, is that what he does?
This is making me feel weird.
In a good way or a bad way? What level of weird on the weird scale? Is it a good weird or a bad weird?
The nose asked him to just call him the nose Cameron. You can just call me Cameron.
It has a name.
Yeah. And they're going for it. Wow.
Well,
This is gonna take some more concentration to understand. I'm gonna have to concentrate on this one.
All right, girls, you have to end the episode without me. My
is she
baby
awake?
needs me. Yes, she needs me. So, Mars out. Have fun.
See you later. I
I don't
mean,
think there's
there's
even
only
anything else to say.
there's only so far this conversation can go. Let's be honest. I will have to say that I think we're definitely going to read some more of these sentient object books. It's not the first one we've read. It won't be the last. Obviously, Shug's already nose deep in one.
Nose deep. Okay. I'm stupid. What does sentient even mean? Capable of sensing or feeling?
Yeah. So it's
So it's
like
an object that
objects.
can feel.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what it is. And we're gonna do some more of these. Honestly, if you're looking for a book to throw in your mix that you just want to be entertained, Pounded by Poseidon by Holly Wilde and Thea Mason. Add it to your TBR. Maybe get fucked by your TBR later. I don't know. Depends on your mood.
Heck yeah. I mean, I feel like we are like cracking up about this, but like also like these books are the only books that I finish. So that's saying something.
That is
So like
true.
there's
That's
a
very
market.
true.
Yeah, there's a
Oh,
market.
for sure.
I guess I am their target market.
Shuggy, it's you. You were worried about your Goodreads, but I think you just need to learn to embrace it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to. But I mean, this was definitely fun to talk about.
Yeah, I
And
agree. We'll have to do another one.
I think that we should have them on. I do want to hear like I think obviously they write these knowing that people are going to think they're funny. And I think that's part of it.
Yeah. We're coming at you, ladies. Thank you for listening. Find us on socials. I hate when Mars is gone. I don't like this. Follow us on
So we're
the
both like-
socials.
We're like, what do we do now? What happens now?
We're like, this isn't our job. This is not in our job description. What I don't even remember. All right, Kinks Out Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You can find us on all of those. Episodes drop every Wednesday. We're trying to keep up with that, even though summer has us kind of fucked, but it is what it is. We got a couple more book reviews coming up and hopefully some guest authors. And yeah, thanks for joining.
Yeah. Go get fucked by your microwave or something. Peace.
Bye.